Last video of the day, people, and the Blue Jays, I guess in the VR trade, holy smokes, it was a nail biter, and I thought the Blue Jays were done with those two, but then sneaking in at the very end, Ross Stripling of the Los Angeles Dodgers is now a Toronto Blue Jay, and is for two players to be named later. Now, we obviously don't know who the two players to be named later are, but considering it's Ross Stripling, not the biggest name out there, these guys are not on the 60-man player pool, of course, and they're probably not big name prospects considering the fact that they, it was for Ross Stripling. But again, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't Ross Stripling have years of control? I could be totally wrong with that. But you guys let me know in the comments below, guys. I truly believe that he has some years of control. Let me see. No, okay, it doesn't say right here. So I could be wrong with that, but even if it doesn't, even if he doesn't have any more years of control and it is a rental player, they got another guy who's been through a lot. And the Dodgers, obviously being the Los Angeles Dodgers, being a premier organization and been to the World Series quite a bit and been through a lot of deep playoff runs, it really shows me a lot from this deal. The fact that you probably didn't give up too much. You got a guy who's been around some really good players and really good teams and knows what it takes to get to that next step. Now, I'm not just getting him for sentimental values. Ross Stripling, these are his numbers this season. 3-1 with a .561 earned run average, 33 2/3 innings, 27 strikeouts, 11 walks. He's allowed 21 earned runs on the year, and he has an MLB lead, 12 home runs allowed this year. Now, for me, I look at this kind of like the Robbie Ray situation. A guy who's been there, done that quite a bit, and he's been pretty good over his career, but has been really rough this season and comes to the Blue Jays. Again, probably didn't give up too much for him. Ready to prove. And again, another guy who's probably going to start, and you have some holes in that rotation, but now it's starting to fill up pretty good. So the Blue Jays acquire, Ross Stripling, and I'm going to go through his stats real quickly here. So let me just go to this real quick. He has a career 3.68 ERA in 5 seasons with the Dodgers. And he was selected to play in the 2018 All-Star game. Look, I'm no expert, but those numbers are damn good. 3.68 ERA for his career with the big-time Dodgers, and was his All-Star in 2018. Again, like Robbie Ray, had a couple good years, has had a pretty good career overall, having a down season, but who knows? Right? And I love this move for the Toronto Blue Jays. I really do. The veteran was out to the Los Angeles Angels during the offseason in a trade that also involved Jock Peterson, but the deal fell apart. With Stripling gone, where is this? We made the decision going forward to put Tony in the... Okay, this is the Dodgers president talking about. I don't really care about the Dodgers right now because the Blue Jays got another arm. Jays fans, can we stop with the Ross Atkins, Mark Shapiro garbage now? We were all preaching for this team to get at the deadline. We need that middle infielder. Okay, you got that in Jonathan VR. Okay, well, we need some arms because our pitching staff's kind of hurt right now. There's Ross Stripling, and there is Robbie Ray, and you did not have to give up too much. If anybody is going to complain, I don't know how you can complain with these moves. I really don't. I love the move with VR. The Robbie Ray one is a very intriguing move, and this move is kind of like that as well. It's a very intriguing move. A guy having a tough season coming over here to Toronto, I guess technically Buffalo, but looking to kind of right the ship, go on a playoff run with this team, and see what happens. Guys, just because somebody had a bad start to their season doesn't mean a damn thing. For example, do you guys remember Blue Jays baseball back in 2016? Of course you do. Who did they acquire, bullpen-wise? Joaquin Benoit and Jason Grilli. If I recall, Jason Grilli's numbers before he came to the Blue Jays were awful. But we all know the impact that he made on that 2016 team. Even Joaquin Benoit, incredible impacts those two guys made on that team. Change of scenery, made it happen. These two guys, Robbie Ray, Ross Stripling, especially Ross Stripling because he's coming from a big organization. I really like that move. Just for the sentimental value as well. He's a great pitcher, been there, done that, and has the capabilities of being a very good pitcher. as well as he's been from a great organization and been to the World Series and knows what it takes. And that's the part that I'm liking from the staff today. You know, from the brass, going out there and making these deals. Now, obviously, we don't know the two players to be named later in this deal. We don't know the player to be named later in the Taijuan Walker deal. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else. Yeah, so that we don't know those three players that are going back. I'm assuming the Taijuan Walker trade is going to have a pretty decent player in there, prospect-wise. This one, I don't expect too much, but who knows? You know? I truly believe that this management team did a fantastic job this trade deadline. You got your rentals. If Ross Stripling is a guy that has some, you know, he said, yeah, he spent 5 years with the Dodgers, so he still has a couple years of eligibility. You got some control. That's why you give up two guys. And the question is, who'd you give up? We don't know that until a little while from now. But all we know is that the Blue Jays on trade deadline day went out there and got, and this is what Shai Davidi tweeted out. He says, the Blue Jays add ahead of the deadline. Daniel Vogelbach for cash, and we've seen him in the first game today, and not so sure. But again, first game, whatever. Taijuan Walker for a player to be named later. Yes, please, especially since we saw his first outing. Oh, that was nice. Robbie Ray and $300K for lefty Travis Bergen. Sure, thank you. All right, Jonathan VR for a player to be named later, which obviously became a Griffin Conine. Yes, please. And Ross Stripling for two players to be named later. If you don't think that this is a success for the Toronto Blue Jays at the deadline, you're nuts. They're clearly on a playoff run. They're clearly pushing for it. Why not? You're not giving up premier talent. You're not seeing... See, Jays fans are going to lose their mind because we go, well, what happened to Mike Clevenger? Did you see what the Padres had to give up? You would have had to give up one of your guys, Simeon Woods Richardson, Austin Martin. And are the Blue Jays in where their youngins are, their Pearsons, their Vladdies, their Gurriel, Bichette, Bijou, in those age range, are you really wanting to trade those guys, those Simeon Woods Richardsons, Austin Martins, Alek Manoah, you know, guys like that? Are you really going to make those trades? No, you're not. So for the Blue Jays, I think they did a great job this trade deadline. And I think this is going to help them moving forward. I can't wait to get all these guys here and kind of see what happens. You know what Charlie Montoyo is like right now? This is Christmas morning for him. Before, you know, he's like, oh, God, I got bullpen problems. With starting pitching, can't do a damn thing. And they're all hurt, so we got to have some bullpen days now. And now you've got, bang, here's Taijuan Walker. Bang, here's Ross Stripling. Bang, here's Robbie Ray. Oh, you have some middle infielding issues? Bang, there's Jonathan VR. Beautiful. And I love, look, guys, Jonathan VR, again, could make some huge impact. Let's say Rowdy Tellez starts at second base, you know, in extra innings one game. Jonathan VR, plop your butt there, bud. Go running for us if you're not playing that day. So many different moves that Charlie has now. There's no more excuses for this guy. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and liked the Ross Stripling trade, smack the like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the trade. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you think the Jays give up too much for the two players to be named later? But because of the controllability for Ross Stripling, that's probably why they had to give up that little bit more. We obviously don't know who it is. But again, what are your thoughts on the deal? Do you think Stripling's going to work for this team? Do you think he's not going to work for the team? What do you think of the trade deadline overall for the Toronto Blue Jays? Let me know in the comments below, guys. All right. And Twitter is down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. Also, the Instagram link is down in the description. So if you have not followed up the Instagram page already, please go do so. And I will talk to you guys. Raptors edition, Game 2, Round 2, against the Boston Celtics tomorrow evening, 5:30 tip-off down there in the bubble. Raptors looking to even up that series at one game apiece after that abysmal Game 1. That's the great thing about this team, though. They always just forget about that game and move on to the next one. They know what they're capable of. Game 2, 5:30 tomorrow. All right? And I'll talk to you guys, Jays edition, 6:40 first pitch tomorrow. Down in Miami, taking on the Marlins. They're a 500 team, 15-15. They've been playing some pretty good ball lately. Alicia Hernandez on the mound for the Marlins, and assuming it's probably going to be the final bullpen day of the year for the Toronto Blue Jays. And also, Ken Giles, Nate Pearson, Bo Bichette, Shoemaker at some point are all going to be back with the team. And imagine what these guys are going to look like. Pretty damn good if you ask me. Plus the additions of the trade deadline. Oh, this is going to be fun. All right. So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.